I always wanted to do art. When I graduated, I thought it was gonna be like graphic design because that seemed tangible. But the tattooing came around because stuff I was drawing, I was always into drawing like the Chicano Cholo stuff from a young age. And then friends were just like, dude, these look like tattoos, you should tattoo. So this is, I mean, I just redid this whole studio, and so it's still kind of coming together. But the cool thing is I can move all this, and I can, if I want to go bigger, I could pretty much take up this whole wall if I wanted to go really big. I have my old studio, and I need to get a new one. So I was painting in my bedroom, and I don't want to do that. It's like sleeping in paint fumes sucks. But I do like being in the same space. Working and living is very nice. So that, right when you walk in, the light kind of sucks over here, but whatever. I don't know if I took it for granted. Like, I think I always kind of recognized it as kind of like cool. But I basically grew up in my parents' studio in what's known as like the Dog Patch neighborhood on 3rd Street in San Francisco. My earliest memories are like crawling around and my dad like blasting music and being in the studio. So like, to me that was very normal, and now looking back on it and me doing it myself, I'm like, oh, that was really pretty awesome that I got that. I mean, my dad showed me a lot of artists that I really like Corn and Rothko, and when he moved to studio, he became kind of a California, not became, but he started working in like landscape, like kind of contemporary California landscape, almost like Hudson School, pretty classic looking paintings. So it like completely switched. I kind of like have like pulled from his abstract work more than I have from his current stuff. My dad and I are very similar, so the older I get, the more I just see like how we do things the same. It showed me the way that this could be done, which seemed kind of like hard for a long time, like to make a living off of it. I spoke with a bunch of people and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is an actual salary. I've never seen that kind of money in my life. Or I go with my dream. And it took a second to like really get the answer, but most people were like, go with your dream. And so I did that, and yeah, it just kind of fucking worked out, thankfully. This space, like I put that door in here, I built these desks. I'm very OCD, and I have like a very like specific decorating method. Every space has to be a certain way. These are all tattoos that I've done, and as I mentioned, I don't really like doing flash. I mean, I have boxes of this shit, like tons of stencils, because I always save them. I'm a weird, clean hoarder. But so I don't like drawing flash, so I just kind of like take them all up and just throw them on the wall. And I think it looks cool. Honestly, people are like, I don't know what I want. And I'll be like, I don't know, look at the wall. Find something. There's gotta be something on there that can like spark an idea. Like, I knew I wanted to get tattooed when I was like 5. I used to like draw on my arms in school when I was a little kid. You know, I mean, I grew up in California, and there's like a large Chicano American presence. In early 90s, there was definitely a period where like that culture was cool. And so I would see these kind of like older gangster, lowridery kind of dudes, and they had all these like awesome black and gray tattoos. I grew up in fucking San Francisco Bay Area. Like, we fucking love drugs, and I mean, I love drugs. My drug of choice by the end is what I consider the king of all drugs, and makes you not feel anything, and for some reason I didn't want to feel anything. Like, everyone was like, you're fucking crazy, you're doing this and that, and I finally started to realize like, oh shit, this isn't really as normal as I thought, because all my friends in New York, it was like whatever, you know? The people I was around weren't doing the same thing I was, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of like a piece of shit. And then one of my best friends overdosed and died. And I had been with him like a couple days before it happened. And it just like became very real, and it wasn't really partying anymore. It was getting sad and pathetic. And I was like, all right, I'm fucking done with this. I didn't go to rehab or any of that kind of shit. Like, they had tried to put me in rehab like years before. My belief is that you can only do that shit if you want to. I literally just set up a schedule for myself to make myself happy. And it was like skate for an hour a day, listen to some music, and sit and draw. And I would sit and draw till like 2 in the morning every night. Pretty much that's all I did for like 4 months. But that was how that all went down. Grab that ashtray because I don't want to touch it with my gloves. But you can put the ashtray over here.
I'm Jack Byrne. Getting a classic Matt McCormick tattoo.
I can explain. This is a drawing I did as part of like a much bigger drawing like 2 years ago. Jack loves to go sit in the park next to his house all day and smoke his joints and do whatever he does. So it's a guy sitting on a park bench, and there's gonna be a little scroll that says sitting in the park. All right, here we go. Let's do this, bro. It's weird. The first tattoo I ever did on another person, I remember I was like freaking out. But tattooing is a lot about confidence. And when you're confident in your work, you're gonna do better work.
It's a tribute for my dog.
I'm fucking stoked, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
I need a cigarette. My name is Matt McCormick. This question always, I hate saying I'm an artist just because I feel like that term is so loosely used these days, but I like to make stuff. I like to paint, I like to tattoo, so that's what I do.